What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 4th of February, 2024. Welcome to February. Sorry for taking the week off. Last week, it was just cold and rainy in St. Louis, and I just really wasn't with it. This week, I gotta say, what a couple of weeks of news it's been. I remind myself how easy it is to get behind because the headlines just keep coming every second of every day. I'm going to put a link below, first link below, to the Patreon report, or to the Patreon link, which you can find all the links I'm going to give you, as always. Let's just jump into some of this, shall we? First of all, let's see what the Pfizer CEO has to say about AI and biotech regulations.
This is an area where regulation is likely to be...
This is important stuff.
People are going to be most worried about the issue of trust, which is
the issue of trust.
The combination of AI and medical. And is this...
This is the World Economic Forum Davos 2024.
Listen to this doctor, to take this drug. This has all been developed in a computer somewhere. Is there a way to alleviate that?
I think there is. First of all, we need to understand that AI is a very powerful tool. So in the hands of bad people, can do bad things for the world. But in the hands of good people, can do great things for the world.
Who are the good people? The Centers for Disease Control, I just want to remind everybody, 2024 immunization schedules now available. Child and Adolescents Recommended Immunization Schedule 2024. If you click on this, this is all the stuff here. That's, this is all... I'll make of it what you will. Other news going on. Apollo Creed died, 76 years old. Don't know how he died. Doesn't say, just says he passed away peacefully in his sleep is all that we're being told. Rest in peace, Apollo. We got families mourn the death of two men who taught social studies at Danbury's Rogers Park School. I know what state this is. I think is this in Ohio, something like that. So two teachers dead within days. Nobody knows. Mysterious. Blah. Other news going on. Right-wing media. What is this? Taylor Swift with absurd conspiracy. I don't know anything about this Super Bowl. Is Taylor Swift part of the Illuminati? I don't know. She's the most popular person in the world. How do you get to be that way? I still like her music. I'll admit that to the world. I'm going to the job. I'm jamming her music the whole way. It gets me pumped. I don't care about her political stance. People are talking about, this is number 33, and we all know. We know, of course, 33 is scripted. I'm not saying it's not some sort of side. I'm just saying, not everything is, and I don't really care where she stands. Is she going to come out and get the young people to vote for Biden and whatever? Other news. Let's talk about something that's important here.
42,000 people in Nevada voted more than once, according to your work in this. 42,000 people. 1,500 people voted in Nevada that were dead.
We should allow no shenanigans this time.
19,000 people voted, though they did not live in Nevada, and they weren't.
It goes on. We all know this. We got E. Jean Carroll. Speaking of the election, Donald Trump has to pay this woman $83 million. I don't know if you've ever looked into her background. She has got some weird stuff going on. And now, apparently, he said, I never did anything to this woman. The jury found it another way around. I don't know. Haley defends verdict against Trump. Carroll case, absolutely trust the jury, she says. Why is she still... Did you happen to watch the last debate? Was that a couple weeks ago? Were they in New Hampshire or something like that? Why is this lady... Everyone else is gone now. She's the only one... And she thinks she's going to beat Trump. Okay. It's definitely going to be entertaining, whatever the next thing's going to be. Nancy Pelosi gets in shouting match with people coming out of her house. Let's see. Just some miscellaneous. I have ice cream in my refrigerator, and you can have some if you just get away from me. Speaking of that, Nancy Pelosi's son avoids criminal charges for the 7th time. The rules are for the peasants. And this is Joe Biden. The White House claims he has an IQ of 187. I thought this was pretty funny.
Anyway, the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you
20-minute layman twist. Shout out to Serge.
From Charlotte.
It goes on. I can't take it anymore. Yes, I am all wired up on caffeine, and so what? I have to be. Forgive the fan noise, by the way. It's 48 degrees in St. Louis. I got a fan in the window blowing right at me because, my heat sink paste is old. Over to financial news. How made U.S. stock fared on the Friday? Dow 38,000! It's one of the things I missed about making a report last week is I didn't get to tell you the Dow is now over 38,000. 38,654. Do I hear 39? Do I hear 40? Charlie McGrath rolling over his grave. Man, I miss you, Charlie. I'd love to hear your voice about all this stuff going on. Pfizer. Oh, they beat their... But wait a minute.
Well, an earnings beat not enough to satisfy.
Listen to this woman talk and really think about it.
Reporting better than expected fourth quarter results, but the stock continues to be under pressure on concerns that after COVID, there is no new growth story.
There's no new growth story. Well, they did just invest, billions in a cancer research and medicine thing too. So, might be a good stock to hang on to. I don't know. UPS announces 12,000 job cuts, says package volume slipped last quarter. Can't keep up with Amazon Prime. Speaking of Amazon, iRobot terminates deal with Amazon, laying off 31% of their staff. Has anybody ever used an iRobot? I've never used one. I am a fan of Dyson. We got the little Dyson and the big Dyson, and those things rock. I never used an iRobot, though. You'll start seeing ads on Amazon Prime Video unless you want to pay more. Wait a minute. I thought you paid not to have ads. Now they're going to pay. You're going to pay the same price plus $3. I'm so glad I stuck with Netflix. I told my brother. I said we keep one or the other. You want Prime or Netflix? Netflix all the way. They don't pull shit like that. U.S. banks: Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citizen Chase, PNC shutting hundreds of branches a year. Here's what to do if your bank closes. That from the bank closes all over the place. Got some police state news here in the financial news. Maryland Democrat introduced a bill that would require gun owners to have at least $300,000 in liability insurance to carry. Not the first time we've seen this garbage. I'm quite sure the Second Amendment doesn't say, shall not be infringed, but must be insured. Las Vegas, you looking for a bunker? Apparently this big bunker house, underground party bunker, it won't sell at $18 million. It's down to $6 million. So if anybody's looking for an underground bunker party house, pulling to this. Other news: man wrongfully identified as victim 2022 armed robber. Man sues Sunglass Hut and Macy's over false imprisonment, sexual assault because faulty AI recognition software. What happened there? I don't know. Tesla recalls 2.2 million cars, nearly all of its vehicles sold in the U.S. over a warning light issue. You are experiencing a car accident. New York considering relaxing work qualifications for thousands of jobs to hire migrants, of course. They're also, I saw the thing, they're going to be giving out, free visa cards and, it goes on and on. And I got one at the bottom: Biden blackmail intensifies. We're going to get into what's going on the border in a minute, but he won't shut the border until Congress coughs up Ukraine and Israel funds. How is that not treason to put other nations ahead of ours? Over to New World Order and Police State News, where I stop and ask you, please share the report. There's important stuff coming up. I got a whole gamut of stuff here. Let's get into it. Elon Musk, Neuralink implants brain chip into first human. Now, I am all for technology making a man, move his arm again who's been paralyzed, or, I'm for awesome technology to help do stuff like that. But this shit scares me. They're putting chips in humans, and this is going to start out as a good thing, and then this stuff can go to a very dark place. We're all aware of it. I love technology when it comes to helping people who have disabilities all the way, but this, we all know the potential this has. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg apologizes to parents of victims of online exploitation. He did sit hearing more internet censorship coming. That's all I got from that. The agenda front. Listen to this.
Dr. Olson had a decision.
You are in the perfect place to start on blockers.
And she promises to begin giving her estrogen, female hormones, in 2 years.
I don't understand. Can someone please tell me?
That's what I think. Yes.
When we hit this path of altered reality?
But
it's like the Biff Tannen Back to the Future 2.
You know that, okay?
But much worse.
Josie received the blockers as an implant in her arm.
It's okay, you can cry.
So with all the bravery she could muster,
I'm confused.
Josie held on tight as another chapter opened.
And if you're against this, Montana family loses custody of teenage daughter after expressing opposition to Hergen. When did this happen? When did this start? This was not like this when I was growing up. I don't understand what's happening. 1/3 of Gen Z now genderqueer. Shock survey says. They put something in the food. They put something in the... What happened? This is not the way life was. Betrayal and treason. Let's talk about the border, though. Takes away states' rights. SCOTUS takes away states' rights to protect border as three former presidents fund fights to bring more illegal aid. Yeah, let's talk about former presidents. Elon Musk tweeted out, the United States is being overwhelmed. Let's just go back in time, shall we?
No great nation can be in a position where they can't control their borders. It matters how you control your borders. Not just for immigration, but it matters for drugs, terror, a whole range of other things.
Drugs, terror? He said it way back then.
When I took office, I committed to fixing this broken immigration system.
Of course you did.
I began by doing what I could to secure our borders. Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. undocumented workers broke our immigration.
You ever notice they say one thing and do something completely opposite? I mean, Elon Musk, surely you must be aware of the Security and Prosperity Partnership, of the North American Union, of the agenda, and you wonder why it's not the agenda to fix it. The agenda is chaos, to bring in the New World Order. Texas National Guard flies come and take it flag. Border tensions grow. People are supporting Texas left and right. I mean, it's all these other senators and congressmen, everybody's sending stuff. Look at this. Texas Democrat post-tweet seemingly calling for bombing of American citizens who support Texas against Biden regime over the border. I put up a GLP thread just because there's a bunch of this stuff in here. He wants to drop bombs on Americans that are protecting the border. Could Texas survive as an independent nation? Well, it did in the TV series Jericho. Put a link to that. Shocking moment. Check this out. Boat full of migrants arrives in San Diego, famed La Jolla Beach, before springing into the neighborhood and just disappearing. Look at this. They're just coming in. This is some like invasion shit, man. This is like the beach of Normandy. Look at this. They just come in the boat, and the cops are coming. Yeah, but the cops don't do nothing. Cops just sitting there watching all this happen. What can they do? What can they do? They've been told not to do anything. And I got one at the bottom. Oh, I thought that was coming. This is what, here. Let it play.
Trump actually has said that he wants to build alligator moats along the border. That's one of his
Why not alligator moats?
Ideas. Another idea
barbed wire
Donald
with
Trump has promoted,
saw blades.
He actually wants to electrify the border fence.
Electrify the border fence. Look at this.
On the border. That's another Donald Trump and MAGA majority border idea.
Yeah. These people who want to protect the border, they're obviously terrorists. There's something wrong with it. These people have to be dealt with. Yes, it is just pure evil to want to protect your country's borders. Over to World War III news, man. I cannot stress enough. I almost put a video out, but I'm like, I've made this video a million times about it. Operation Blackjack warning. I see it every day in every facet of life now. U.S. strikes more than 85 targets in Iraq and Syria against these Iranian-backed militias that supposedly killed 3 of our National Guardsmen. I'll put a link to this. This is all, of course, Iran is coming out and saying, and the West will pay for this, and you know what I think. You know exactly what I think. Wide open border for years on end. Who knows how many tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of sleeper cells are in the United States now because they were able to just come in here bringing God knows what. And that's who'll be blamed. Iran, North Korea, China, Russia. And, it'll be some real shit mixed in with the CIA stuff. I mean, get ready, people. I don't know how much more to say. Arizona National Guard members wounded in Jordan drone strike. This is an article in case I'm sure everybody's already aware of this. Lindsey Graham, listen to what he says to Iran.
If you want a war with us, bring it on. We'll blow you off the friggin' map. I'm not worried about losing a war with Iran. They should be worried about losing. If you want a war with us, bring it on. We'll blow you off the friggin' map. I'm not worried about losing a war with Iran. They should be worried about losing.
I'm not worried about Iran. I'm worried about the New World Order executing the plan that they really want to execute. And it is everywhere, every second of every day. Look around you. Look at the headlines. Look what's going on. It's not something I ever wanted to be right about. Holy shit. Ukraine sinks Russian warship in the Black Sea drone strike. Wait a minute, sinks? This came out 2 days ago. I haven't really looked into that. Americans likely part of the crew that shot down. Apparently a plane was shot down carrying Ukrainian prisoners of wars. And they're just blaming America? I don't know. Put nuclear weapons in Cuba, says Russian MP. Very interesting. Like that. Biden administration discussing slowing some weaponry deliveries to Israel to pressure Netanyahu. We got this stuff still going on. By the way, we're still bombing the other thing we were bombing. I don't have a link on that, but it's on the thing right now. U.S. prepares for long ceasefire. Presses for long ceasefire to pave way for the end of Gaza war. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. North Korea, Lil Kim's feeling left out over there. I would blow up the fucking world. He's setting off stuff all over these flags. Look at me over here, big penis. China ramps up pressure on Taiwan with warship deployment. I got a couple of miscellaneous here. Hot mic catches Joy Reid slamming Biden alive on air for starting another war. Do we have audio on that?
Over the weekend, President Biden said he's ready to take action if Congress is serious about solving the border issue.
Let's see.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly. And Congress needs to get it done.
Starting another fucking war.
Yeah, well, he can do these things, right? Lawmakers press Biden to get Congress approval for Middle East airstrikes. Did he do that? Hell no. Because of 9/11, he can do what he wants. But we're supposed to contact our elected representatives if we have some objectionable. There's no checks. There's no balances. There's nothing. There's nothing. It's lawlessness. People do what they want. But they're above the law, so it doesn't matter. Over to earth changes in 2012. Look at the earthquake set for 6 points and above for the past week. We only had a 6.5 on the 20th. Let's go 2 weeks. I could have swore there was a 6.5, 6.1 on the 27th. Since I wasn't here last week, there's a 7.0 on the 22nd. I'll put a link to the earthquake data. The Iceland volcano is still kind of doing its thing, kind of died down a little bit, but they're looking for cracks in the earth. Over in Hawaii, they're raising their level to orange after increased earthquake activity at their volcano. Put a link to that. Did you see, oh my God, this happened just south of where I live. Did you see the set of the movie Roxanne Part 2? I'm sorry, I know it was an accident, and I'm glad nobody was hurt, but these guys knew. I mean, oh my, did you see this, man? Oh my God. Yeah, we got some ice in St. Louis a couple weeks back, and yeah, here's how it all started here.
Oh shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
County firemen, all right. I'm not talking shit about them. I love them. It was an accident. It was wow, though. We got a big fire going on. Feathercrest Farms. Is this down in somewhere in Texas? Big fire at a chicken farm, I think it's called. Wow, we had a fire like that in St. Louis yesterday. That's some of my favorites coming up. Put a link to that. So more tax on the food. I don't know. Over in France, speaking of the food, the farmers are, man, they're burning shit down. Power to the people and death to the New World Order. I mean, is everybody aware of the farmer situation? Rubber bullets being fired outside EU Parliament at the farmers? Oklahoma crews respond after reported pipeline explosion causes large flames to shoot into the air. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's a fire. Look at that. He'll be all right. Roll Charlie around. 3 dead after small plane crashes in the mobile home in Florida, say officials. Little plane went down in Florida, put it like that. Small town residents unite to fight common enemy. Huge monkey farm. There'll be no monkey business. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I thought that was funny. I thought it. Speaking of funny, check this out.
Broke into a German airport using wire cutters and cemented their hands to the runway using a combination of concrete and epoxy in order to take a stand against carbon emissions.
That's your fucking problem, bro. Not mine.
Their hands are permanently stuck unless they get them amputated. Their protest caused 36 flights to be canceled and 10 flights to be
You want to epoxy and concrete your hands to the pavement? You might lose your hand. I mean, no brain chip for them. Recovery efforts underway after vehicle drives off Virginia fishing pier. There was a video on this somewhere, but I think it's gone missing. Their video went right off the pier. Don't know if it was an accident or what. And check it out. Speaking of that, researchers spotted new baby great white for the first time ever. Check that out. I'm gonna come in. The guy in the car over there, I'm gonna get you. Over to strange and bizarre news. We got some content coming up. We're gonna be all over the place here. Did you hear about this guy? Decapitated his father, 68, brandishes his severed head during gruesome 14-minute long anti-Biden YouTube rant. I didn't catch the video. I know it's probably out there somewhere on one of those websites. Those little snippets. I don't know what the hell's happening there. In St. Louis, we got this kind of madness. Woman being attacked over her Popeyes refund.
They asked me to pull forward. I did.
She says 20 minutes passed, so she went inside to check on her order.
They told me 3 more minutes. Like, great. I go back out to the car because they told me to. They would bring it out to me.
Another 15 minutes later, and out of time, she went inside to ask for a refund. When she says the manager told another employee,
I don't care if it's raw or not, just get her and get her out of here.
Wow. Woman killed. Oh, man, a true Sopranos moment. This is sad.
A woman killed at a Pacific nail salon was accidentally run over by her best friend who
remember that part of Sopranos where she thought she was going backwards and went forward and ran over. It happened in real life. It sucks. What else sucks? I'm sorry to say that it's been a violent January in St. Louis. We had 30 or 40 homicides, just 5 over the last weekend.
This weekend, investigating 5 homicides.
People are dying all over the place of homicide. And check it out, wheels and tires. They stealing wheels. Look at this. Oh my God.
First on Fox, neighbors are calling it a new low.
Just look at this. Look what's going on around me.
Stealing car rims and tires.
They're taking rims and tires. They're leaving cars on blocks in good neighborhoods. They're just driving around with those impact guns and just taking people's wheels.
Take a look at this picture. People in the Shaw neighborhood posted pictures like this one online Wednesday to express their dismay. Several neighbors report waking up Wednesday walking outside.
They stealing wheels in St. Louis. Over in France, apparently the luggage on moving coaches isn't safe. They stealing luggage out of them. Oh, look at this. That's mine. I mean, people, this world's gone bonkers. We got in Baltimore, we got black on white violence becoming all too common. I don't understand the mentality of someone who laughs and cheers this on when they see somebody being just beaten down, regardless of their skin color. You have no empathy. You have no. How'd you like to be taking a dump when this happens? Check it out. Not trying to be graphic, just saying that's what it says. These people bust in. There's a lady on the toilet. Like, what the hell? This world's gone mad. Former Trump administration member critically. Wait a minute. Former Trump admin member critically injured in Washington, D.C. I heard he got carjacked. I didn't know he was injured. That sucks, but I don't like that. People getting carjacked. Look at this. The Black Zorro. No, is that Kanye? Who is somebody? He grabs their phone. She's from TMZ. They have a big spat on the street. What's he got? What is that? Principal, Brookfield High. Tampon dispenser destroyed 20 minutes after installation in the boys' bathroom. Some good news this week. Yeah. This shit doesn't belong in here. What the fuck is happening? And I got one more at the bottom. Everybody just needs to relax. Check it out. I'm not a weed smoker myself, but I just thought this was, for the weed smokers, I think you'd appreciate this. Not saying that, I mean, whatever. Come on. Oh my God. Oh. Take your worries away. That's all the news I got. Check my favorites for more news. I don't know what is it with this porta potty fell off a truck in Kansas City, and somebody stopped and pulled it off the road, and then another car stopped and pulled it back into the road, and ends up getting run over. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Over 85 firefighters, a battle downtown where this happened yesterday morning. Probably some homeless people trying. It was kind of cool yesterday morning, and this happened along the northern downtown riverfront where all the homeless encampments. The flames were going through the roof before anybody even called the fire department. Crazy fire in St. Louis, vacant warehouse, nothing in there. 17 years ago, the New World Order soldier told you the future with pinpoint accuracy. Yes, he did. Shout out to Monty. U.S. attacks Syria and Iraq. Got a video from Sam F. 2000. CBS Boston's got that one. The Secretary Austin has apologized for his thing. Check out my favorites, all kinds of fresh news over there. And thank you to people continuing to put out videos and informing people. You guys are doing awesome. Let's wrap this up with a couple of awesome shout outs, eh? Actually, I think I have 4 of them. Shout out to demand voter ID and paper ballots. Shout out to don't let Trump cheat. Yes, let's demand voter ID and paper ballots. Good idea. Shout out to that. Shout out to the suspected Chinese spy Pigeon, who has now been released after 8 months. Fly free, Pigeon, and you can go do whatever you want to do with the rest of your life. Humans suck. Get away from them. New York Midwife, shout out, fine for giving $1,500. I'm not going to say that out loud, but I want to give a shout out to her. Why? I don't know. Put a link to that, and I'm going to let this one play out. This woman here is talking about how people are getting taxed. We're getting taxed. Bigger taxes coming this year. She's tired of it, and I agree. Just let this play for a minute.
They're getting tax bills this year back for like $2,000 and $3,000, and I'm tired. I did not authorize our tax dollars to go to Ukraine by the billions. I never authorized our tax dollars, your tax dollars, my tax dollars to go to Israel. I did not authorize my tax dollars to go to Iran every year for humanitarian purposes. I did not authorize my tax dollars to pay for a bag of cocaine, which was sitting in the White House. I did not authorize my tax dollars so that the press secretary can get up there in a suit that probably costs more than your latest car. I did not authorize my tax dollars to be spent on any of this. Why is that not a thing? Why are we not talking about that? Can somebody help me understand why that's not being taken into consideration by fucking anybody? Nobody asked
because
us
just do your job and pay your taxes, slave.
And they're like, oh, well, that's why you have
the peasants don't get a voice.
What is my local representative going to do? Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing. How many times have you reached out to your local representative to either be ignored or to get some kind of bullshit auto reply? Because I have. Just to have them stand up on the...
That video was on for more than 4 minutes. I'll put a link to it. Shout out to her. She makes some other great points in that video. Yeah, you don't really have a choice, do you? We're supposed to vote the bastards out, right? We've long since passed the point of no return, fixing it that way. And if you don't see that by now, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. That's all I got for this week, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst thing you've ever seen, you don't want to see it again, please thumbs it down. Just please rate it. It helps me move around. You can also follow me on all my links below. The Twitter, the BitChute, the Gab, the Rumble, all that stuff. You can support me on Patreon or directly with DonorBox. I put a lot into these reports. I'm going to try to keep them going. But there may be some weeks when I'm just, last week wasn't good, but I'll try to keep them going every week. I'll never skip 2 weeks. I'll try not to do that, I promise. But, madness in the world. I'm telling you, prepare for Operation Blackjack. We are dropping bombs all over the place now. And it's just a matter of time before the sleeper cells are called up along with the CIA false flag operation that may come. Well, you know what I think. You know what I think. We're going to wake up and see that going on. And there's not a damn thing we can do about it. But I hope you're prepared. Food, water, weapons, whatever you're going to need for self-defense, whatever you're going to need for... I hope your plans are in place. If they're not, get them in order. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on a Sunday for a few minutes while I give you the news. You guys take care. Stay safe. Have a good rest of the weekend. Have a good week. I'll see you on the next one.